He watches the show.
To the overthinkers, shout out my fair too.
Keep inspiring the next generation.
Shout out to the overthinkers. Thando kuphela. Much love.
To my overthinkers, mamela ubuchopho ngeke buphume buyakhula nizinja nikhokho yazini as overthink siya overachieve.
I'm stealing that. I've stolen that one. I've stolen it. Welcome everybody to the Overthinking Football Show. This is the Friday show. Friday show is for my members. I've got my members on the line here. They will be joining me in just a minute so that we can speak about the topic that they chose for today. I'd like to welcome you guys. I'm your host, George Mukwena, and this is the Overthinking Football Show. If you want to show me some love, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the TikTok page, and also follow the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and the Instagram page because we've been kicked off of Facebook. I can't even get on for anything. So it's okay. We'll be that side on the 3 platforms. If you want to be part of the members, it only costs you, at the minimum, is 20 Rand a month. You can head on over to YouTube, click on subscribe, then click on join. When you click on join, for only 20 Rand a month, you will become a full-on breadwinner of the channel. And you'll get access to our WhatsApp group, which is incredible because I speak only a little bit here. That side, you only have 2 hours or an hour and a half to speak. That side, we can go for days going back and forth. Voice notes, pictures, links. It's incredible on that side. So if you do want to join that side, please just head on over to YouTube and join one of the memberships. Okay, today we're going to be speaking about AFCON. AFCON is starting this weekend, tomorrow. It's going to be the first match. Bafana Bafana is going to play their first match on the 16th. And what we wanted to speak about, myself and the members, is what's going to happen in each of the groups. We're going to do a little bit of a preview and choose our favorite teams from each of the groups, who's going to progress, and things like that. But I'm going to be adding this, guys. Those who are watching on TikTok, if you can get to... When we get to 20,000 likes, I will open multi-guest and allow some people in so that we can have a conversation. But remember that you have to be following me on TikTok and we have to get to 20,000 likes because this show is for, like I said, Abo breadwinner wami. Okay, guys, welcome to the show. Guys, how are you guys doing? There, go, what's up?
We are okay, up to OT.
Thank you, Tavi. Hey, it's fine, guys.
Everything.
No stress. So then, okay, let's jump straight in. Let's start with the groups. I'm going to call out a group and then let's have a conversation about who do we think is going to win that group and why. Sababani lapho. So in Group A, we've got Ivory Coast, the hosts. We've got Equatorial Guinea. We've got Guinea-Bissau. And we've got Nigeria. How do we feel about that group?
Can I go first, please?
How are you, man?
You know why I want to go first? Because there's Nigeria in there. Nigeria won't make it, Chief. I won't make it. Guinea and Ivory Coast for me, bro.
So you're telling me that Nigeria won't even be the third? Actually, there's spaces for the third best teams and things like that.
I think they have so many problems within them actually. Within the organization. I'm not talking about the team itself, but the organization. You know, like Sime Safa, they're having the same problems that we are having on the side. So I don't see them, man. I think going there, like they're trying to bribe them to do well and all that with the farewells and all those things, but when they were busy, what do you call it, trying to gain the promotion to go there, or they were having so many problems, you know. So I don't see them. They have so much problems, you know, and more than Safa actually. So there's problems within them. So I don't see them, Chief. Even
Victor Osimhen, Awoiwobi.
Nah, I'm telling you, they play. They're not united as they used to be. You know, they're playing individual football now. You know, like everybody for himself. Man is running their mind and all that. There's so many things within that team. You know, so I don't see them, Chief. To be honest, it's going to be difficult if they're still drawing with Naboli Sutu, Nabobanban. Come on.
Okay.
You guys also drew with Lesotho, Mosmaron. You guys also drew with Lesotho.
Yeah, you guys. It's
that group, man.
Yeah, it's us,
Yeah, I'm not South African, me. Yeah,
When it comes to that group, please.
It explains a lot for me. Now you come from here.
So, guys, who else feels something about this group? Because Ronnie's already said Nigeria is not going through. Guinea-Bissau is going to go through with, Equatorial Guinea is going to go through with Ivory Coast.
I beg to differ, especially on the problem type of issue. Ne? Remember, the female version, again, the Falcons, if I'm not mistaken, they also had similar problems. Of course, I could under the same umbrella in the Football Association, but they did fairly well, go World Cup. Ne? The thing about this Nigerian team, it has superstars. Even though they're disorganized, but individually they can create the chances and for them to win. So in terms of like progressing past the group stages, I can bet my last dollar how they're gonna progress there. But winning the entire tournament, maybe these elements could hinder their success or chances. So Cote d'Ivoire is gonna win because they've got the 12 men at home, and they would want to prove a point. Besides that, we've seen how they play, and I think they've grown from what we've done for them. So I think they're gonna top it. Nigeria might get second place. If not, they'll be the third base team to win and progress.
Okay. But we've seen Ivory Coast, Kumo. We've seen Ivory Coast. You saw us, Manati Throwile Nabo. I'm not afraid of Ivory Coast, but it's fine.
They were training.
Olume, you wanted to say something there?
Yeah, no, I've got a quick question. Guinea, Lea Nabi, which one is it?
No, the one that actually there's it's Equatorial, there's Guinea-Bissau.
Yeah, I'm going to Guinea left field. I'm going to Guinea Baba. Yeah. I don't know which one is Bissau and which one is Equatorial.
I get by three. Ki Guinea Bissau,
By three,
Equatorial
yeah.
Guinea, and then Guinea. There's three of them even.
Yeah.
Also, the Keita here.
Yeah, navigator. I see straight Guinea. Ereke check.
Please check. If it's that one, that's the one that's going to qualify alongside Nigeria. Ivory
Yeah.
Coast will be knocked out because Ivory Coast, Galil and Ayo, their biggest threat was Uzaha, and they have not picked Uzaha for whatever reason. And I
I'll
think
tap
there's another
Nicolas
big profile-
Pepe.
Yeah, there's another big profile player, I think. Pepe Siaz, man. He's like, Kanakimang. You know, there's that guy with basketball on TikTok. What he dreads. Who used to pretend as if he was so good at basketball, and in actual real life, he's horrible. He's just skillful on the side. That's Nicolas Pepe.
Hey, you're Mr. Violence today.
Hey, what now?
Unkaplekea Kumo today. Hi.
No, not even. But trust me, Nigeria, I watched Kanakimang, the star player, Osiman.
Yeah.
Osman, yeah.
When he was rising to the top, he was not yet hot property in Nigeria. He was not the main man. When he came, I saw him get frustrated with him. Bafethu faka ni bola. I'm Osiman. You understand? He was like, faka ni bola. I'm Osiman. Nashapadi runs anyway. He's in between two defenders, and they were worried to go figure that out. But immediately, they started immediately when they got an understanding with it, wherever he is, whether there's someone next to him, you pass him, he started banging them in for my 5 goals per game. So I'm looking at him, I'm thinking he's going to do the same at this tournament. So for me, I'm going with Nigeria and Navigator. Just when you confirm.
Just to confirm, Navigator is in Group C.
Then they might make it. Because I'm keen now,
Okay. Let's move on to Group B. Group B has Cape Verde, has Egypt, has Ghana, has Mozambique. Utove wethu Theo. How do we feel? How do we feel about this group?
No, but guys, man, I think this is going to be very interesting groups, to be honest. I think all the teams are coming in, they're all promising, let's be honest. Look, guys like Cape Verde, Mozambique, Egypt is still struggling. Ghana is still struggling as well. Even the top group as well, If Ivory Coast can be knocked out at home, that tells you it's a fair AFCON in my mindset, But I think on this one, I think Egypt is going to go through because they know how to fight, especially man knockout stages or group stages. They know how to just Then I would give Ghana, guys, like, to be honest, because for me, honestly, it seems with the star players like in Nigeria. I hear Maron said Nigeria is going to be knocked out. They can't, guys. Nigeria is a player they by Chuko. That guy is making like a blink, like he's playing like nobody's seen Villarreal. So you look at those kind of players that they have. I don't think they can come here and be scared by Abafana Mane. So I think Ghana, for me, in the Egypt, they will go through in Group B.
Hey, awumsabi Elias Dominguez Pelembe. All the players khona awumsabi.
Lo hamba ngama-crutches, the one with crutches. Those are those days. I feel like the thing is, the guys who want to go by Sundowns. Sundowns now, yes, now. I didn't choose the food.
Hey, Mara.
My son don't sing it up, but man,
Mutis.
I mean, I look well, I'm swatching with team, though. Okay. Yeah, no, this one, I think this one is a very difficult group, I think Mozambique, they have raised their hand when they're doing the qualifications and all that. So it's going to be difficult. Even Ghana, they're having their own problems. I've not heard about Egypt a little bit, but Ghana a little bit shaky. But you know, with Ngama International Laba now, I think they can pull it through. But it is going to be a difficult group, to be honest. For now, I have 3 teams which I feel will see. You know what? I know there's 2 who have to qualify, but Mozambique, Ghana, and Egypt. You know, is going to be. You know what? If somebody goes to the second round, it is going to be, you know, with the marginal, you know, goals and all those things. I see those things. To be honest, I see those things. I don't want to say Ubanozo Pumela, but what I'm saying was I see marginal.
Ngifuna ukubuza yona leyo ukuthi ubani number 1, ubani number 2, ubani number 3. Baronza.
Uyabale, kuthi uyabale.
But I think to be honest, it's not going to be easy. For that group only, it's not going to be easy. I foresee danger. I see Aban Bakala. To be honest, one of the 2 who can one will cry. I don't know who, but one will cry. I know Nhamba Namakam. I mean, Nhamba Namafem team. I see somebody crying.
Egypt was in the final last time.
Oh. Uma ronda ubheka inkinga zasekhaya kodwa inkinga zalakini bekele inkinga zalabantu badlala inkinga lapha kudlala ama-player bekele inkinga stop taking the problem.
No, but I think okay for to be fair, Ghana and Egypt will go through, but it's going to be it's not going to be easy.
Okay.
It's not going to be easy. But I see somebody crying. I see somebody crying between those 2 teams. I see somebody, but I see one crying. I don't know who.
Hey,
For me now, I'm looking at it. I'm thinking this is one of the simplest groups. Straightforward. I would be romanticizing football, but I know how these games will pan out. Egypt will win all of their 3 games. Walk in the park for Egypt. All of the games will be won convincingly by Egypt. And then Ghana is very cruel, guys. Ghana, you will think you have it. You must ask Bafana. You will think you have Ghana. Next thing you know, Salabasala Ghana has always been, they've never actually been convincing. The last time they were convincing, I think, was 2010 World Cup. But since then, they're still going through, they're still going to my World Cup. Plus, Ghana in a stylist not so voter. Nini Nuzosa Sabati, Messi was a little Ghana, now Messi is representing Ghana. They're perfect things. Someone which we have them as against me squad, this is strong. So when I look at Ghana, I know with these guys, you can't trust them. You can't think it's over and done. So, Mozambique, they will fight. They will get a 2-2 draw against each other. They will lose 2-1 or 1-0 to Ghana and say, "Precious Babamba." But when all is said and done, Ghana and Egypt will qualify.
Okay. Anybody else want to add something?
Now I hope Ghana loses.
Recording it, recording.
Yeah, I can record.
Khulume ngithi khona uzokhala bathi bangiphi khona uzokhala between the 2 mara siye urecordile ngiyabona.
Mr. OT, let's record. What happens to the recordings? Because the World Cup Eddie ladies, I called it. I said we would get 4 points. We would draw and win one of the games. And the only game we would lose was Sweden. What happened to that recording?
I get it was before the times when Nekilimo, I was up on game. But all the recordings are now on YouTube. They're now on YouTube.
I put the Kuto stop fixing games or more fixing jail and put to find over 3, please.
Kuto, stop being a bookmaker, bro. You're a bookmaker.
Hey, Kuto Bablele, super sporty pets, Marai, risk again. Okay, let's go to Group C. Group C.
Wow.
Did somebody want to say something?
Wow.
Before you continue, I'm busy with something, man. I have to leave, man. Sorry, man.
No stress, no stress, no stress.
Yeah, but thanks so much, man.
No stress, Maronza. We'll talk properly,
sure.
we'll talk. Guys, Group C, we've got Cameroon, we've got Gambia, we've got Guinea.
Oh.
Yeah, Malume Kutso, Guinea, yeah, trademark, and we've got Senegal. How are we feeling about this
gonna be
one?
a tough one. For me, I think out of all the groups that are here, if I were to talk about the group of 30, there's definitely going to be this group, Mr. Otsi. I think looking at them, Senegal, it's like since they won it last time, we are always thinking that they're going to be the best. But look at Abu Mane, some of their star players are no longer as consistent as they were before. But Cameroon as well, they've won it. But Gambia and Guinea, guys, you look at how they were doing in the qualifiers, I think they were spot on when they were playing like one of the teams that could really, get to a semi-final. So for me, I would say, okay, Senegal, I would give them a qualification. Maybe they would be number 2 or number 1. But I think Gambia might top the group. That's my suggestion. I think Gambia.
Bazoshabo Sadio Mane. Pela is a married man now. Pela, hey.
Isuka umrethe usukela umntwana omncane utazomunyikazi la ayisuka but Gambia is gonna top the group. I'm telling you, that's my selection, Mr. Oti. Serious.
Okay, Gambia, Senegal. Does everybody else agree?
Oh, never.
Never did.
Areha.
Never.
Obviously, Senegal will top the group. And the others will have to fight for position 2 and 3. I mean, they are the defending champion. So obviously, pride will be there. And despite Mane playing with the Saudi Arabia, you can't deny his talent.
I think Uthio is right when it comes to India. But I think his table is upside down. Gambia will get down. They will not be first. They will be the winning one. The default position is that every team in that group has 3 points, and that 3 points comes from Gambia. They will all beat Gambia. And then when it comes to Ivory,
Senegal, Cameroon.
Senegal will also go through. Cameroon and Ghana King, the last one.
Guinea and Navigator. No work on now.
Cameroon and Navigator. That country is not Guinea, it's Navigator. Cameroon and Navigator will have to fight it out. It's going to be difficult. I've seen as Abu Navigator. I like Abu Miroslav Klose. They like Abu Chukwueze, Mohammed Musa, the Nigerian guy. When they have to show up for their countries, they show up big. They are the big boys that they claim to be. But they don't just come in as big names. So it's going to be difficult for Cameroon. They haven't been convincing. And I think this might be the time where Eto'o finally loses faith in Rebel.
Hey, Malume Kutu, is Navigator fit? Because he's so injury prone.
That's another thing. But I think for Guinea, he can play injured. He represents his very well, that guy.
Okay. I mean, Vincent Abubakar is going to take Cameroon to the top of that group. I'm gonna stand with Abubakar. Okay, let's see. Then we go to Group D. Group D has Algeria, it has Angola, it's got Burkina Faso, and it's got Mauritania. What do we think?
Mauritania is going to donate some points. I would say Nigeria and Burkina Faso. Algeria and Nigeria, potato. I'm a skin color. So Algeria, I think will top the group already. But I think Burkina Faso can have an edge over Angola because I think they compete well with AFCON with Burkina Faso. But Mauritania, Mauritania by 37,000. So Balingana ne town ya Mikpela. So I really love to go Buga.
Guys, do you trust Riyad Mahrez? They go Algeria, they won the 2019 one.
My brother, besides him, there's also a handful of superstars called Algeria, my guy. I mean, like if you also have to go on by the rankings, it's like cafe, the top three, I get. So this group, man, Lorna, it's so easy. I'm thinking Angola might be number one, number two, sorry, yo. Number two, because of that team at Galan Cafe consistently, even though it hasn't been in form. Mara, in terms of like synergy and stuff, I agree.
Atletico Petróleos de Luanda.
Yeah, thank you for saying it. It's such a tongue twister for me. I was gonna say Pedro.
Petros. You were gonna say Petros.
Yeah, something along those lines. Yo, thank you. Yo, hi guy. Yeah. So they have a situation as Sundowns in terms of Sundowns dominating more Bafana Bafana. So yeah, I mean it's gonna be interesting one to watch, but definitely Algeria is gonna be number one in that group.
Algeria, Angola, what else?
Burkina Faso and Mauritania.
Okay, I think it's also almost clear cut with Burkina going through, as well as Algeria. Algeria, I told you last like when Maras is on top and he's not playing come out, he's playing outside. You know that left foot of his can take it to head. One of the best first touches the world has ever seen. Once back taller, they can give him on a nice day. And then when it comes to Angola, I don't know. Are we talking about Angola or South Africa? So I feel like someone is already making a case for Sundowns. But anyway, it could be a bit tough, but I don't see them going past through Burkina Faso, another good national team that knows how to show up for big tournaments.
Ausentab, GT, do you guys want to jump in here? Algeria, Angola, Burkina Faso, let's have my little man. Okay, it's fine. I'm gonna jump Group E. I'm gonna jump Group E because the Group E is close to home. I wanna go to Group F, then we'll come back. Group F has the Democratic Republic of Congo, right? They have Morocco, they have Tanzania, they have Zambia. Auchele, what do you guys think, Guti, le Group F? How's it gonna pan out?
Okay, for me, Mr. Otsine, and Morocco guys are coming. Let's give them their flowers.
World Cup semi-finalists again.
Yeah. I don't think this one is for questions. You can give them what they deserve. Even though Bamba, but it's fine.
We gave them what they deserved. We gave them. What they deserve.
But yeah, I think they're gonna top this group. Then I would say, hey, guys, what happened to Zambia though? Zambia used to be. Christopher Katongo.
Yes.
Oh, guys. That team was on fire.
Winners.
Yeah, So now I would say Morocco, and I'll give Zambia over DRC, guys. I'll say Zambia over DRC.
Mara, just saying
Have you ever seen a DRC game?
Yeah.
Kubo?
Have you ever seen a DRC game?
We just know the stories they tell us. When you go there, it's physical, it's what.
Kuma is confusing it DRC in Congo,
No. Why know the difference? So like I'm trying to find out have you seen them play?
That's why I just know the stories, me. I just know the stories.
They play like Sundowns, but Shai start to look there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Sundowns like okay. Mara, guys, like up until how long must we give Morocco its flowers? I guess we made a first World Cup. Different time, different situations. Now I think Morocco will have a target on their back. Like Sundowns, you know when teams yeah, they always want to put their best foot forward, and Morocco will also have the monkey on their back in terms of like we can't mess up. people are looking at us. We're supposed to be the best in Africa. We reached the semi-finals of the World Cup. So that can also mess with your mental psyche. You know, when you have Congo effing for you can get DRC or Republic. Yeah.
There's DRC Congo and then there's Congo.
Yeah, those teams are nothing to lose, and like they're gonna wanna make their names because the eyes of Africa and possibly the world will be on them. So I don't know, man. In theory, on paper, Morocco should definitely wipe the floor with everyone else.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting one. It's gonna be one to watch for sure. I'm definitely gonna be tuning in for this one.
Kuma qualifiers, Zambia beaten Ivory Coast 3-0 at home. That's why I'm saying watch out for Zambia.
Yeah, I got a happily historical fact. Even though over the past couple of years they haven't been that chipolo we know, but still, Morocco will take it.
I don't see Morocco not taking it though.
Zambia, you see, so when they knew, you know, Amadlozi accepted this into for you to be successful. For Zambia to be successful, their players had to go through South Africa. Lately, you don't see any players from Zambia playing in South Africa. There was a time where the entire Zambian team either played or were playing in SA. I think that the time they won
the 2012 one.
Yeah, almost all of those players knew, besides the TP and the centre back, but most of them we knew. So now they've got players who play overseas like Petson Daka, but isn't a Shangan. They must come through this direction. And then when it comes to Morocco, guys, Morocco is something that's, I think, not even Senegal has. In the sense we see big players are actually big where they play, go Morocco. They're actually big in their teams as well. Like, even when they get to Europe, they're big name players. I think the last time we actually saw that was Ivory Coast with Boyaya Toure and Didier Drogba of this world. When you look at Hakimi is not big because he plays for PSG. No, he plays for PSG because he's big. These are big players. Bono, these are players who've given their team silverware continentally go Europe. I think he's handed Isavia that Euro.
Yeah.
When you talk about Amrabat, these are players who move from one big team to another. Argentina, on his way to Barcelona, he changed flights to Man United. These are not manga players. Then when you talk about the strikers, I want that El Ghazi. Is it El Ghazi?
Yeah, I think so. I believe so.
That guy's hang time is far beyond their Cristiano Ronaldo. When you put, in Africa, or not even just in Africa, but on the world stage, I think they did the same thing like our World Cup. Once the going gets touched, you start hanging balls in there. You win. So they've got the option as well. So it's a walkover for you, Morocco, unless if they're not interested. It's definitely. Unless if they meet the mighty Bafana Bafana. That's the only team that can stop Morocco.
I was gonna say with the eye man.
Without
Lodge, the group and look Bruce in the eyes.
Without Lodge, they're gonna stop them. Oh, no.
These are facts. Factors.
Okay. Speaking of South Africa. Let's go to Group E. Group E has Mali, Namibia, Mzansi, and they've got Tunisia. Now, when looking at this, in my opinion, if I can just jump in, I think this is one of the harder groups in my eyes because I don't think there is an out-and-out standout as there are in the other groups, as you can say. So I think it's a little bit tougher, but also because it's not like premium competition all through the group, it gives everybody here a chance. What do you guys think about this Group E?
Walk over for us, but also it depends on your coach.
Okay.
Hugo Bruce.
Ah la la.
assembles his squad. Because already up front we are short, especially Kalel Foster Sting. Pesita, who obviously he's the only recognized striker. I mean, it's the Ghost Nation, like it's when but anyway, I digress. So it's a matter of sure. Like I don't know, we're gonna get the goals from if Pesita is not on form because we've seen Tembazwane with Naira and Yugo Sundowns. He's not reliable. False nine, eh? And lately he's from Kotlabo. Makes you a bit like yo, a bit weird. What are we gonna do?
Ositabi kupa umute
I wonder if we can keep our defense tidy and somehow Williams say I magic high. We might win 1-0 or 2-1. That's how I think we should approach this tournament. But if you can score more goals, even though but in terms of like overall personnel, I think we've got a strong squad. And obviously, I'm gonna say the cliche thing: place of Sundowns, cohesion, awareness, blah 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 blah. You know the story again. We're gonna do it. And
what's gonna What's gonna happen, Kubo, when Sundowns Cohesion meets Sundowns player Peter Shalulile? What happens there?
Peter Shalulile, obviously, and he's a poacher of note. He doesn't really need Butembazwane, but passing you ball. He can create stuff on his own. But obviously, as much as he knows how we play, and as much as he's a good of a poacher, now we know how he plays and we know how to so it's actually an advantage for us that we have Peter Shalulile, the most prolific striker playing for Sundowns against 10 other Sundowns players here.
Okay.
This one is going to be very tough because I'm thinking at some point, it's a magic. I believe Olipasa, but it seems like his issue is very big when your savior, if I may, also without doubting you, because Hugo Bros has a deep liking for Olipasa, but of late he doesn't even feel so. There must be something, coach him or physically that is off Kalipasa. Because if goals have never met for Olipasa going to Bafana or going to that matter, he's a hard worker. He'll give you that. That's why we knew Tabo will chip in because Olipasa will run that defense ragged. You understand? So Makopa, I don't know, because Makopa also has a neck for big games. I saw Makopa against France. Yes, it was under 23, but he was our live wire. Shepherding was there by the first post, near post. So it might work out. However, my biggest concern as well, Tembazwane. I saw he's injured. He was in doubt as well. But he's an important member. As well.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, no. You definitely need Tembazwane to be fit. Now with games coming in thick, I don't know what the I was in and if there's one thing they must do for the country.
Okay.
Anyone go Bafana. I want to please do it for the country, Coach Jimin. Shapas bisikapa.
Number 4.
I was not.
Number 4 now group E.
Play. I'm still coming with it.
Promising Bafana Slemba True. I hope promise anything.
Kubo was right. Kubo came on and told me.
Kubuditse.
But anyway, Bafana will qualify as best number 3, and then we'll make it to the semi-finals. In
Whoa,
that
best number 3.
Wow.
Yep.
Not even two Ghana.
Remember, there's a format that I feel was made for Bafana, and it's this current format. Yeah, best number 3. The two teams, like we cannot. We risk our delusional in thinking Tunisia and Mali are just swag teams. Those are teams that have been consistent over time. Those are teams that have the know-how and the pedigree. We will perform against them, but it will be the tightest group. This is like Dortmund.
Bafana.
Hey, Baba number 3.
Baba
number 4. Okay, Baba number 4. You understand now about to perform. Guy. Bantu badlala di-draw. Abapromisi babona. Hayi.
Awusinjani? Bafana kuya parang gold and yellow. Ising ya parang yellow.
Skip, not far.
Disappoint each and every time.
Let's
go. Let me bring order. Can I say something now, guys?
I don't know if Mvala has I feel like he's got a groin injury. Is it too late, like to maybe get a striker in his place, or again, like will the rules allow him to? Like I was thinking, since we thin, maybe you can go for that boy, but Mamayo, Moyo, or Man Agiti, Lucy, Anoy Krela.
One thing about South Africans, they learn from previous wins. What Kumo is talking about was done by Amba Springboks when a player, I don't know, that guy who was injured.
Mapimpi.
No, before Mapimpi got injured, someone else got injured. I just forgot the guy. I think he was a prop or something, or loose head, some of those hard positions. But he got injured. I remember people were calling for this other big black guy, and the coach was like, actually, guys, I can do with one of those. I actually need a kicker, and he called Pollard. And guess who? So I actually understand.
But here's the question, though, guys. Oh.
Okay, question, Kumo.
Question, can you? Oh yeah, to ask. Question,
yeah. And also, up front, we are more than thin on Talohang. So, is it possible as per rules? I gotta ask them under correction. It's possible to maybe get in like an informed striker in Grobler. I don't know why Grobler is always overlooking, and like it's another coach. Or that kid, local City, Mariah. If possibly my favorite Batman. Like so, like the
yeah, I think to answer your question, I think he can do that, but I doubt Matala is gonna do that. But he can do that.
Yeah, I think the rule is that once everything kicks off or the tournament starts properly, if I'm not mistaken, you're not allowed to make changes. Because Akira, he only selected the 23, then he had 4 standby players for in case injuries happen. But it seems as though even those standby players is left behind because, if I'm not mistaken, Vala has traveled with the team and he hasn't added anyone extra. So I don't think he's going to be adding anyone.
So if we lose, there is default high.
But he said, but he explained Kumo why he didn't want to take other players. I think he said it in that interview. He feels like if he takes them and he doesn't play them, it's gonna seem different to him because he's hoping most of those players are not gonna get injured. Even Vala, he said he would rather choose to take Mvala and wait, maybe after 6 games he might get fined because he's not even sure because they were still assessing him at that time. They were not sure
Sizofika ku-6
how long was
games, Theo. Sizofika ku-6 games, nah.
But I agree with Kumo, guys.
That's a very stupid approach to take, considering your core is made up of Sundowns players who play every 3 games. So definitely there's a higher risk of injuries. But then
Already Tembazwane, he said he was doubtful to play. He counted, I think, 3 players that he said he was resting, and he has not even played them. Yeah, so already it's like, I mean, it's okay to try and divert to your question. The question then becomes, is he aware if Tembazwane gets injured, we don't have a playmaker in the whole AFCON. You understand? Or if Tembazwane, because if you have a Mayo, you have a double agent. If you have a Saling, you have a double agent, you can create and score. But if Uzwane gets injured, or Uloch is much better as well, Uloch, Uzwane, Uloch, Usaling, Mayo, they can offer some certain elements. But if Uzwane gets injured, because already he said he didn't train with the team because of certain reasons. But if it happens, he goes to the first game, he gets injured, then that means already we are in trouble. And he cannot say now, I can go and get those 3 points that I could have gotten and came and Nambe now. Because I even said it, I would have rather opted for him to take these guys, even though they don't play, but we have an option, than to say I don't need an option and then you need it and then you end up being in trouble. But
Mara, even if they're left behind, like Eric can always come up, like they can always fly to Cameroon, like Kosovo.
Apparently not. Apparently once it started,
once the tournament started, we can't. Yeah, once the tournament starts, you cannot come back and get there.
But not to be
He even said it, I think, Manoti.
Yeah, Kuto.
Not to be a conspiracy theorist, but I feel like some things, they become obvious. Firstly, this guy called up 50 players. Also, Osaling, he's been called up so many times and has featured as a sub. So there is no way you can tell me that Coach Hugo Broos would have not utilized that option if it was available to him to say, okay, Nyam.
Yeah.
Another thing, pointing factor, which we could look at, a red flag, is the game against Lesotho. How poorly organized it was. You can see because the coach has no hand. The association has been horrible to this coach. The association has been horrible to supporters. The fact that we send them off, they played the last game behind closed doors. I really don't understand that. The coach looks at the team and he's like, "Yo, Lang Senjeni, I can't play London Williams. I can't play I can't play Utembazwane." But he looks at them and he's like, I was pushing. Because I feel like he's been told. You see, when they 5 years experience of working in Africa, Ida Peter Sai has explained, which that means Harofa team, work with this team. Can you handle it now? You understand? Can you basically, without crying and saying, yeah, bang selected, what, can you work with that? That is what they want 5 years experience. And this, unlike many other instances, Hugo Broos let it slip a bit when he said, I would have loved to, but budget constraints. And then he remembered.
He mentioned budget.
And make it seem as if Care now who did not want to select these players.
But then can we speak about the merits of that then, everyone? Okay, here's the coach. We outside of the conspiracies and things like that, is it a sound thing to say I'm only choosing 23 players out of 27? I'm not going to take 23. I'm not going to bring any youngsters with, Ukumo, he speaks about Partman a lot, but bring Abo Partman, Labo, Abo Mfukeng, Abo Zbanbani. Let them go experience this thing, even if they're not playing. Do you think that the reasons he gave are valid in leaving some of the players behind? For me, even if it doesn't have to be youngsters, Mara, maybe the next guys who are coming got him in. He spoke about Bo Mageman but he spoke about those ones they're the future. So why Sabanki, man? Just let them sit in the stands.
Every time abamutsa ka game o tla fixa the mistake. O dula fixa the mistake each and every game. Useless. Okay, we will fix that mistake all the time. I will fix my mistake.
Hey.
To answer your question, Mr. Hey, yo, another Sundown strength. We can't be paid with yo.
But I wanted to ask you a question there now that I just arrived.
Oh.
Didn't he address that thing? No, I'm asking. I'm asking.
How are you?
When you touch Bruce, you're touching me personally. When you touch Bruce, you're touching me personally.
Even your other Bruce defender, your center back pairing, Umalume Kutsolena, he's shaking a little bit. You say you heard it and jumped in.
No. Hey. The lieutenant is just discharged, eh? But didn't he address that issue though of the 23-man squad instead of 27 squad? Because I think he said, like I said, I wanted to find out information what he meant because I didn't get it, but maybe you guys can understand it a bit better than me because he said when you take a 27-man squad, it's difficult to go to a game and tell the others that you're not going. He said he did that in Cameroon and it didn't work out well. So I don't know if he meant per game, you're allowed to pick 23 only, or he meant maybe in the group stages, you have to pick 23 or what. So you guys maybe can clarify that for me. What does that mean? In per game or what?
Per tournament. Yeah, per tournament. You're allowed 27. I believe it's 27. Maybe even 30, I'm not sure, but I know it's 27 and up, I guess, where you are allowed to have that as your squad, like that you're taking there, because most teams have done 27. And then he's chosen the 23, and that is your squad for the duration of the tournament.
No, he said per game or per something.
Agent, game day, you
Yeah.
can only select, I think, 18, if not 23. So the other four, just like how we usually see when it's a Pirates or a Sundowns game, the camera will show the rook there on the bench or the
There's always
that you have for the bench. So I think with international football now, I'm guessing you can only have 23 on that bench, on the field and on the bench. And then Wabale Fonyana ko distancing. So Hugo Bros is avoiding the 3 or 4 ko distancing.
Yeah.
So then I think, Agent, what I wanted to do was I wanted us to have a discussion about the merits of that idea, not necessarily for Hugo Bruce. Is it a better idea to have 23 players that you know that anytime I need them, I call on these guys? Or is it an old idea to have 23 and then 4 on the bench and then say to get the vibe and ambiance of the tournaments and things like that? Is it an old school idea? Should more coaches be doing what Bruce is doing?
I think my own question is, if an AFCON winner says it didn't work out well with him using 27-man squad when he was Cameroon, who are we to judge when he says, I don't think that's a good approach because it didn't quite No, I'm just saying that an experienced coach is telling us, I don't think it's a good idea because I tried it and didn't turn out well with the players which have been told that, hey, for this game squad, you're not going, So, yeah.
But then what do you think? Do you think it's a good idea? If you were sitting objectively by yourself, what do you prefer?
I think, like I said, can it lead to a toxic, maybe, what do you call it, camp where others feel dejected and stuff like that, And you have to send others backpacking in the middle of the tournament. There's a whole drama because why should I practice? I might as well drink alcohol because I'm not gonna be playing. So I think we avoid such kind of things for me. So I think, it's fine.
Okay.
But here's the question. that I wanna ask when agent or to you Mr. as well, because I think for me it was I agree with Kumo on that one. No, I put Mr. Violent. I don't think it was a good idea for him to not select those other 4 players simply because, guys, if you're going to a tournament, it's a cup. Everyone knows not everyone's gonna play. You know the regulars. You know, if I'm there, I might be a third pick, but I'm there regardless. So I don't think it would have been a problem that much for him. Because I heard when you talked about the Cameroon, that Cameroon guys, he had players that he was playing with regularly. You know, players that were well deserved and all of that. But with Santa, with this thing now, it was different. Yeah, but with South Africa, because certain players were already coming in tired, overworked, and all of that. So if him as a coach, you know, it does not take that into consideration, then that already tells you, he's only saying, I'm going to go there and do what I was told to do, but he's not even thinking about the fact that if it happens with Temba Zwane or Mkwena gets injured or something like that, you could have brought in other players, some Oaks who can come in and just make even a number because they've been in the squad before. Not necessarily that they are going to play. Yeah, but there are players that they know, so they were not going to play. So that's why I agree with you. It could have been, you know, that told him, take these 23 players, we're not going to give you more, and that's it. Not to see, you know, it's other.
Can I ask you a question there?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question there?
Yes, you can.
I think there are 2 schools of thought, right?
Okay.
The first school of thought is you take along youngsters, you know. The second school of thought is you bring in players, like we're saying. If Zwane gets injured, who is the natural replacement of Zwane?
No, I'm kidding.
No, but he said it. He said it himself.
No,
you were asking a question.
I was joking, guys. Wait, guys.
No, I mean, in terms of creativity, I would rather have play maybe Lodge there, you know, in the pocket. You know, So you have 2 schools of thought. So either you bring in a youngsters so that they gain experience, or you are saying, I don't want any mistakes or injuries, and then I have excuses. I don't want that, you know. But the problem with the latter is, do you think Lodge would be fine with telling him that, hey, my guy, we are traveling, want to just stay in the hotel, because like this is 23 that I'm going with.
I think Lodge would be surprised to be in.
He's gonna be paid more. Guys. Okay. Oh, because Lodge.
I think Coach Hugo might have considered bringing in Lodge, but he looked at it and thought, if this guy is gonna be supplementary, it's gonna be a serious problem for the team because he's not gonna be able to handle it. He's not gonna. He's gonna bring pressure.
I think that's my point.
And we've seen this a lot. If you remember Stuart Baxter did not really want to field Lodge. We had to take Safa 9,000 times, if not 9,000 times 9,000, for them to eventually play Lodge. But somehow, as much as it might have worked out against Egypt, it didn't work out against Nigeria. And that might cause a rift in the dressing room to say, Mina bayang phone. And soccer players are soccer players. Soccer players have big mouths as well. You know, we hear Umfundo Vilakazi when he's interviewed. Like, I ain't those are I understand. If you played soccer, you know who's going to play. Puma Puna Ukuma Napalas, Ubon with a screaming about. You understand? Yeah, like Junior can use to with the when they play against Bokana King, when they play against both Dynamos, they'll tell Dynamos to Puma. But Puma after in even players when they announce. So having a player like Lodge and knowing which is not gonna start.
But guys, let's be honest. But let's be honest. But let's be honest. Uchunya Kanye was also the same person who said, when I got promoted to the team, I knew that Jabu Pule was there. I knew that he was the better player at the point. So I think when Lodge was being discussed by Baxter, I'd imagine that was peak Lodge. You get what I mean? There was no one who was fighting Lodge.
Yeah.
But even Lodge
Not
himself,
this one.
at the current moment, must understand that Themba Zwane is better. And I'm bringing you along because I need two of the best guys. So if Lodge is amazing, is great. Themba Zwane is number one right now, and we can't fight it. We are bringing you along so that if Themba Zwane gets injured, Ukonu Lodge. Isn't that, I mean, other national teams have stars on stars on stars on stars. Well, how do they balance it?
I mean, to answer that.
I don't think. Okay.
What's
What
happening?
I'm saying, Mina,
I don't think.
I was not going. Oh.
Lodge's problem would not be Themba Zwane. Lodge's main problem would be that Mahupa is starting. Whether they play the same position or not, you would look at it and think, Agukren, can understand? Because
this is a Lodge problem then. No, sorry. Go on.
When Lodge was interviewed, when he came back and Uratom had gone overseas, and he came back and he got him man of the match, he said himself, a player like me on the bench, imagine, I had to work hard. So in as much as he's acknowledging he had to work hard, you can hear the sub-attitude to say, a player like me on the bench. You understand? So somehow, and it's not he's a bad person for thinking he shouldn't be on the bench. He's earned the stripes. So him coming in, he comes in as a new player and in a big tournament. Can he handle and can the team handle a personality like Lodge on the bench as well? Like, are you comfortable with playing, or once you miss a chance, you start looking at the bench thinking,
I think
for me,
I wanted.
Who's coming in first? Let's go Theo, then Agent.
No, Theo, I think we can get it. We can get it.
Let's go Theo, then Agent.
Yeah. First of all, guys, I wasn't gonna take Boxer Lodge. He was not gonna go for me. Even if he was like, let's be honest, guys. We are like, the thing is, it's like we are thinking of like now, guys. I wouldn't take Lodge even if he was at his peak, as in like for now. I would want a player that I know he will get to the AFCON, struggle, and then maybe learn from that mistake and then be a better player. That's why I'm saying I agree with Kumo. I would have either taken to Mayo, Salim. I would have taken a lot of youngsters, but man, not Lodge. Lodge would be the last person on my list. Hence, I'm saying, even if it's not even youngsters, Salim is not a youngster. But there are many players that I could have brought in except to Lodge. My point is, if you as a coach, you know very well to come and address NWA, maybe it was not like his hands were tied. Maybe he was given an option. No, you can select players, and he chose the Nagutu Pusa. He's not taking anyone. I don't believe that segment when simply because I don't think in his right mind as a coach, if his hands were open and said take a player, you were gonna leave a Saling. What if a Maseko gets there, he flops? What if who's this other guy, the one that plays abroad, he flops? You're gonna need a player that's gonna have a different dimension. You understand? Mayambela. If those two players are not on their stripes, you're gonna need a player that you can try and bring in a different variation. Besides injuries, I'm saying if he was given that option and he rejected it, for me, I would think if we lose, then he has to take the fall. If Nangabedi were not having his hands on his back, saying no, you cannot select. That's my point. But if you can continue.
I think for me, the only point that I would concede to is if you're saying let's take the next young stars, let's take a Batman of Kumo, let's take maybe Mufukeng, let's take Campbell, like those youngsters are saying this is the next team we're going to build. We're going to build a team around the youngsters. This is the next team. But as for taking already stars already, I think we're just causing more conflict than usual. Because
but here's the question.
Okay, yeah.
Can I ask a question on that one?
Yes.
Then what if your star players, let's say Zwane, guys, he's off the game. He's off the game. You understand? Which player do you think can come in or add a certain variable, different variable, besides the players that we have right now on the bench, besides the youngsters?
Okay. I think I want to answer your question, Janaka, not just about Zwane, right? If you are saying that we should bring in stars, people who are going to be competing. I think those are, if you think a person can have an impact on the squad, you are saying this person is going to be challenging for a starting position, and already at his team, he's a star like Osaling and Omayo, you know? And that's why I'm like, you're going to be causing egos and bruised egos in the dressing room, you know, because you're going to be having to tell them that, hey, 4 of you guys, you're all going with me to the game. This is where toxicity begins, and that's where Abuti Kuto's points comes in, that these guys can talk, you know, and even if they're just talking amongst themselves, you know, it just creates unnecessary attention.
Agent, can I just jump in? Isn't that something that you want, though?
Can I please jump in, Mr. Ochi?
Yes, really. Isn't that something that you want, though? That it's a national team. It's meant to be the best of the best of the best. In my mind, and if I'm a coach who doesn't have favorites, let's say, in my mind, I'd be going, I want you to feel that. I want you that, I'm telling you that right now, as I look at this game, you're not good enough. Then I want you, Gusani, when you come to training, I want you to go so hard that you make it hard for me to leave you out the following day. Because I think for me, again, it's two schools of thoughts where it's like, is the national team coach meant to build a team where it means that I pick you no matter what? You know, I take evidence, whether they're performing or not, and I build them up. Or is it a job where you go, hey, best of the best. Whoever's the best right now, I create a team around you because I don't want to get quality away. Now, Bruce has been half and half playing in those worlds, to be honest with you. But
can I ask you a question there? My question, and then we can give Abuti Velile, my favorite. It doesn't make my favorite alongside Ku.
Abuti Velile is going to reference a Bafana team from 1993 and is going to show you but it's
the battle of ages, the battle of ages, and the young stars.
No, go on, Agent, before you.
I wanted to say that, so on that, we have to understand that different teams require different things, right? With Bafana Bafana, we are relying on team unity, like soft skills. You know, we are not relying on our talent, you know? So stuff like a team unity, team what is important. With teams like Nigeria, they don't care about team spirit. They rely on their quality more, you know? So I think we should also consider that also, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I was asking in general. Like in general, as a coach for me, outside of Bruce's position, I'm from a time where the best players, hey, if Ronaldinho Ashisa right now, I can't put Ronaldinho on the bench. But then also Ronaldinho, when he comes to the national team, he sits on the bench and he looks at the next guy who's on the pitch and he goes, Yazin, when next practice, next 6 months, next 3 years, whatever, I am going to take over that spot and I'm going to earn it. Not good, I must cuddle you and be like, "Hi, man, you're a very nice player right now. You're a national team coach." But anyway, I digress. Let me bring you to Veli.
Yes, Sanbonan Buffett. You know what's so sad? The good national team, Bruce, has been selected. Hey, but this isn't the debate ukuthi ngathi yini ezosebenza or ekufanele ekumele kwenziwe kanje ukuthi kumele isebenze ngoba niyabona ayikho vele ezosebenza lapha nonke nje. Ngiyabona nje so ngiyafuna nifuna mental what hey, this one replacing this one, if that formula umaseke akasebenze zisuka seniyazi yeah kunzima kwa South Africa.
Very less coming home. Have faith, just coming home.
No, good thing by South African in this particular time, because at the same time the two cheerleaders are about, you know, agent Baga Bruce. Hey, now but they are trying so hard, but to see what will work there in that team.
Hey, you guys.
No, but I will support you, Mr. Oti. But I believe in. You see, good national team as a senior coach. There's a senior national team as South Africa. You don't build anything there. You select the best players and go there and perform. If you didn't perform, which be a combination or not correct, you're out. That's it. You're going to try to nurse the players' ego. Good to give to Lodge. He was going to Salga on this, that. if it was the best and if you feel as if it deserves good uzokunceda i-team yakho, you just do that. Lezo zamafavor nani ayi, because mina vele niyazi vele because nani the way nikhuluma khona you were already reaching obituary yebafana. So it's fine. Sizowalinda babuye thina because siyayithanda yona Sali. Kodwa ithemba likho nje. Sekuzona inkulumo zenu futhi sengiyayibona indlela vele ukuthi nani niyayibona manje. Yabona. It was mangabe sithi siqhathanisa iy'nkomo, you have to compare players. Clive Barker used to select the best players. But yes, Clive Barker used to select the best players. Used to select the striker said Robe Singasthandi Phil Masing. But Phil Masing and playing at highest level kumabhari nakumaleeds. I like this now they haven't delivered for my team. I cannot even vouch for them. No one. I'm being realistic. So
age. Yeah, stone age
yeah. Yes. And yes, and about Eric Tinkler is performing kahle England. So it's fine. As long as they're the best players, we're going to select them and say we are going to perform miracle now. There's no ways, guys. Nyaithanda bafana yethu. Hayi lega Bruce. Cha ngiyabonga bafowethu.
Faro used to build the greatest pyramids also.
I have a question, guys.
Yeah.
The rise of Mesut Ozil, was it not assisted by the exclusion of Michael Ballack? Was that not the reason given, which you want to give Ozil that number 8? You want Ozil to be our star, and therefore we will include one of the best players of this generation, Michael Ballack, and to a point where Michael Ballack was like, I'm going to retire, I'm still okay. But Leo Kimla was like, no, I'm going to exclude you because I want to use Ozil. Was that not a development of Ozil?
But was Ozil performing at that particular time? Because if Ozil was performing, then there's no problem.
Your basis is that star players will never be excluded. I'm saying
no. That's not the basis.
No.
What I'm saying, Malume Kuto, if I can jump in, is that if there's a better performing player at that point, right? I know we said Loch. I mean, I wasn't gonna bring Loch in, but if there was a better performing player, let's say Loch was on fire. Loch is performing right now. At the current moment, if Themba Zwane is better than Uloch is performing at a better level, I would bring them into the national team, but I would play the better player. You get me? If they were of similar caliber. And the whole point of that for me is to have that competition for me, is to say, we are Fisa Pirates, but Themba Zwane, we are Fisa even more as Sundowns. Now you're in the same camp. Your job, Lodge, is not to sit and cry in the corner. Your job is to go, okay, I'm going to show you when I get on here, but it has to be the best of the best. So in your situation, for me, if Ozil is the better player currently at that point, I play him. If he isn't, he's not going to get in over Michael Ballack if Michael Ballack is performing as well. And then if both of them are bad and there's a third player that's performing, you get me, at national team level, maybe at club level.
Ozil was an unknown entity at the time.
But he came in and performed.
But also, guys, don't forget, Ozil also at that level, he was showing his hand. As much as Ballack, at that level, Ozil was on top, guys.
It's guys, it's not a one size fits all thing, guys. I don't think you can simply come to a unique solution where it's a one size fits all. Like I said, it's dependent on what the team has, like Argentina, right? I think Argentina won the World Cup not because they had the best quality squad or anything to that extent, just that they, as a squad, they knew themselves better, they worked with each other. Like, it was the soft skills which them win rather than the quality. The quality is there, yes, but I think they were better in terms of the soft skills and the X factor of it also, But other squads, like look at the France squad, guys. It's packed with stars, And I'm like, it's not a one size fits all thing. It has to be dependent on what you have and what you have to work with.
I think it's also dependent on the results, because in as much as we might point to other Argentinian teams and say they had quality, the other Argentinian teams hadn't necessarily done it. If I remember correctly, Maradona had Di Maria on the same pitch with Messi, on the same pitch with Aguero, on the same pitch with Higuain, and they didn't perform. So that's why I'm not basing mine on Busta per se. I'm basing mine on if Themba Zwane is the best performing player, he must start. If Lodge is the best performing player but he's under Uzwani, he must sit on the bench. You get what I mean? Then I also know that I have the luxury of knowing that if Themba Zwane gets injured, I'm not fetching somebody from the Wilderness, somebody who, and Bruce has been very bad with his second team. But anyway, someone from the Wilderness. I am bringing in somebody who's on form. In our example, it would be Lodge in the example. So my question then becomes for the national team, Guti, is the national team based on best performance or is it based on building, or should it be as an idea? Because the way I understand it, and maybe I like an old football. We like an old football. Old football dictated that we picked the best in the country. Khatebe wasn't getting into centre back because Khatebe was a favorite of the coach or whatever. He was the best at the time. You know, Nomtogi Wakala.
One question.
Mr.
One question.
You are misleading people.
How?
I've listened to the 1996 squad. They themselves will tell you that they were a team, and to break into the team was very difficult.
And why? Because the guys in there were performing. Again, that's what I'm saying.
Allow me to learn. They say, Bona, and I'm quoting them what they say, which even were on form, it would have to be a long string, like games on games on games for you to even be considered that. Why?
Yeah.
They had already built a team, and to get into that team was very difficult. Hence, I want Jerry Kosana, even if they would perform scoring goals, 1996, they would still be auxiliary players, and Boma Singa would be the main guys, and Bo Makwile would be the main guys.
And do you know why? Do you know why? No, they were performing.
The recollection of very
the difference here, Uguti, those players that you are saying there's a long queue, they were talking in 96 class. It was difficult to replace the players who are already performing. On the current squad now.
No.
Okay, let's do this. Wait, let's do this. Malume Kutso, finish your point, and then I'm gonna go Velile, then Agent.
I wanted to point out as well that there is no way where a performing player would be booed. That guy was booed because players did not believe in him, but the coaches believed in him. That's why Philemon Masinga was in the squad. Let's not twist history and pretend as if we thought Philemon was the best back then. There's a reason why you were booing him. It's because you did not believe in him. Just like we don't believe in the current players. You were booing current players. No one goes to the stadium and boo Themba Zwane. What? You believe in Themba Zwane. If you didn't believe in him, don't say we booed him because you believed in him.
No. Malume Kutso, I think that's where then we misunderstand each other. If Evidence Makgopa is then Bafana, and Evidence Makgopa is scoring hat-trick after hat-trick after hat-trick after hat-trick in Bafana, it's tough to take Makgopa out because he's performing. Hence, like I said, if Themba Zwane got chosen, wait, Malume Kutso. If Themba Zwane, I wouldn't. I'm not gonna lie to you, I wouldn't. But anyway, if you're sitting there and Makgopa is performing, winning, they even won AFCON at the end of the day, but they're winning, right? It's very tough for somebody to get in to that team because the team is performing. But that's why I even said, if Themba Zwane is on fire at club level and we give him the chance at senior level and he performs at senior level, then I'm sorry, Lodge, you're also on fire in the league, sit down. But your job then becomes either at Jimini or somewhere else, you show me that you are better, I put you in, or Themba Zwane goes off form and I know that Themba Zwane is not in my team because I chose him to be there. I chose him as the best and he must know now, Themba Zwane Guti, the moment I slip up, nangu muntu. So I'm sure Philemon Masinga knew in the back of their minds that if I stop scoring these 3 games, Ujeru khona. You get what I mean? But I don't want to talk too much. Sorry about that. Velile, then agent.
Mntakababa aleke iqiniso olukhulumile ekudlule loqeda ukulukhuluma manje. Because let's take in class of 96, and if you go in the back or go, let's go to the middle in terms of defensive or attacking. Go on attacking team we had Dr. No shoes, ne? On that middle field. Of which, if you look at the clubs level, abantu were competing now. Zaid Musa was on fire. Thabo Tsikitsiki Muki was on fire. In that same middle field, even though they were not regular but they were knocking. But Dr. No shoes, they were performing. If you go on the right wing, there was Usizwe coming from the right back, ne? Attacking also as a wing or neutralizing that right hand side long. Well, while you've got the best performing wing at Sundowns called Joel Molilo, Fire Masilen. But he knew Usizwe Mutau was performing on that side. So, and this current Bafana team, it took Bruce T, Naguza Stoitoye, Utembazwane is the best player on board, but you are saying the so-called best player. But don't you see this the best players that we have here? Take the current Bafana team and tell me all those players, besides Tembazwane, besides Pesitau, besides Valemuva, besides Umundau on the right back, Umudiba Sundowns not playing all the games as a left back. So the players that are there are the best that we have, like best in the whole South Africa. They are the best.
Okay, can I get it? Can I get it?
As long as you support
Agent, jump in there.
I'm not gonna be tricky about class of 96. So is it class? Is it class? Or is it what? Stone Age history.
But on the shorter vision, agent is about just we have to select the best players for each and every position. And the second best player that's coming in is also has to be the performing player a competing. That's coming in. And our coach want to position Tembazwane umdanzana. Do we see this from here? What umdanzana? What you have to do umdanzana?
Not to know. But anyway,
that's it.
Let me let agent jump in.
This thing is a clash of school of thoughts. It's a clash of ideas, right? So I just want to ask a simple question, but you guys, I hear people advocating for a strong under 20s, under 23s, right? The question then becomes, those who were doing well in under 23, let's say our Amajitas were doing well, when they are of age are no longer of under 23, do we promote them to the what do you call it, to the senior team, or we just gonna be saying we want to select based on form? We don't care about if you guys are from the under 23s and stuff like that. You know,
I'm gonna say form because even now, without the under 23s, there's younger-ish players that are performing. Kanyisa Mario, I believe he was the top goal scorer. Never got a chance. Why? Because Makopa's the favorite. You know.
So under 23 doesn't matter.
No. If I can answer you about the Kuzo, we do perform. We do promote them as long as they are still performing. Agent. So as long as we do promote them as long as they are still performing, because we want to Sheikh Mashaba once did that. Go squad said we promoted to Penny McCarthy. We've promoted to Nomvete from under 23. We've promoted to Matthew Booth, Emil Baron, who else? Stanton Fredericks. I'm Captain Matombo, no. As I said, no. Masau, no.
Okay. Yeah. So, like I'm saying, it's a clash of school of thoughts. You know, you guys are from school of thoughts that, you know what, we want form, eh? What you guys do there, it's fine. You know, we just want the best currently. And then the others like me who are gonna say, but what we want is we want a team, you know. We want to promote an 20s and 23 all the way to senior team, you know, because the rationale behind it is you guys have been playing with each other for the longest of time, so you guys are gonna play better as a unit. That is the rationale behind it, you know. And there's a school of thought that I respect also says call the best stars, you know. So it is the same vein that Ubru has done, that he built a squad. It's like, this is the squad that I'm going to be focusing on, and this is what I believe in. He's from the school of thought that a team which is made up of people who have been playing with each other for the longest of times internationally are gonna perform better than just picking players on form because
But
of
can't you
maybe
do
things like
both,
chemistry.
agent? Can't you do both?
It's difficult to
Here's my problem when I agent. Okay, I get what you say. What you say, but the question is, I need to go. I think what Velile is saying, guys, is very important. We forced him. We had to come all out for Chambers one, come all out for Mudau, come all out for. I think for him to even take his squad to Sundowns right now, we had to say, please take them. You understand? Because he was not advocating for them. He was busy. I'm a player. Okay. That guy, whatever that guy, I forgot his name. He was selecting his own squad, right? For what reason? He was selecting his own squad, but now he sees it's okay. Sundowns, let me just take Sundowns. Now my question is, if you see with Sundowns when Semazwan is struggling, sometimes they play Mkulis, right? Is it wrong for you to bring Mkulis along, bring Mabowi along? As you have brought Umurena as a substitute for Lente Agent, he's a hardworking, they can play in any position. Then the problem, if you're not going to take those players, you have to take players that you know you're going to use them, but there is a possibility which we have been complaining on Chambers one. He's not been well rested. There are players that he has been complaining about. Is it wrong for him then to take players that he knows? If Nangabe I get into a trouble or a problem, I can pull from one of these three players or four players that I brought along. Sundowns, they are there good benching Sundowns. They are used to it. Bring them along for the sake of what? If I get into trouble, I will have them to solve the problem. What's wrong with that?
Hey, guys, I think for time's sake, I don't have the full time now. What I'm just gonna do, and I think let's do this. Can we continue this conversation on another day? Just for time is killing me right now. What I want to do is, guys, can you please tell me where do we think Bafana is going to end up? I'm going to go through everybody and just give me your prediction of where they're going to go for this last 2-3 minutes. Alson Tabi, it felt like I Bafana.
It was my moment to resemble in number 4. We are not going anywhere.
Hey, Alson Tabi. Kuma.
Because I'm not a flip-flopper, I'm going to stick to my guns and say semi-final.
Okay. Kolani, I know you just jumped in, Marai. Bafana, where does it end up?
I'll say we last 8.
We last 8, okay.
Hopefully our coach will make up our selections that are.
Hopefully, man, with your chest, man, last 8.
Just trust our coach.
Let me go to Velile. Where's Bafana ending up?
I see if Lucky Atlanta is qualified as the third best, as we actually that's the third best team nakon. Thanda ukusifaka kule torch kumele sicabanga ukuthi siqualify kanjani njalo. But straight nje. Angiboni the good thing good vele we are already rating our own obituary manje. Zama zonke indlela. Please mababuya ngazama ama-topic naba yasidistress ngoba sesikhulume siqedile nje ngayo please sesiyidlalile.
Okay.
Siyabonga.
Agent, where's Bruce going with this team?
It's coming home. We're winning it.
Okay. Why you guys love me? Hi, man, guys.
Why you guys love me?
Why you guys love me? Let me go to Theo. What is this Bafana team doing?
Agent, you're gonna kill us. Please never say that again. Last 16, we coming back home.
Last 16.
That's nice.
Okay. Malume Kutso.
Mr. OT, I just want to say, let's not rewrite history. Masinga was bold because he did not believe in him. And also, Singapore, which we have Tapelo Maseko, reigning AFL player of the tournament, in the lineup, and then all of things out. Utabelo Maseko, when Temba Vane is there, and we've seen him do it with AFL. When Temba Vane was not there, Maseko was there. Just because the favorites are not there, Ningas in Tabelo Morena will assist us when Mikade Mayambela is not on form. Maloko, we will make it to the semi-finals.
Semi-finals, okay. I'm gonna go quarterfinals. I'm gonna go. Is it last 16? Last 16. Is where we're going to go. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Very, very, very interesting conversation.
Wait, don't go. You said last 16, that's why we got knocked out, or quarters?
Last 16. Last 16.
Don't run away. Don't run away with
Last
us.
16, we're getting knocked out. Last 16. We're making it out of the group, man.
I'll be here to all the haters and the non-believers. Tell them that I told you guys.
So I'm a prediction of our father in the show. The show was about finding way to play. But my predictions say hopefully I can put.
That's what I came late.
You guys.
No, but you confused about we are trying to find ways to but my boldness, quarterfinal, I know I go be straight.
Yeah, last 16 minutes. Okay, I'm closing. This is going to continue in the group. Thank you to everybody for joining me. Thank you to the members. Remember, if you want to be a member, go on over to YouTube, subscribe to the channel, then click on join. 20 Rand is the cheapest one. As you can see how lively we are. You can only imagine when there's no time limits, there's no speakers limits. Hey, Pumama voice note, my picture. Hey, a lot happens in that group. It's very fun. So if you want to join that one, 20 Rand. And of course, Fridays, they become shows for the members. They run the show. It was their topic today, and you can hear how everybody was passionate about this. Thank you, guys, for joining me. If you have not followed, please follow. I'm going to be dropping AFCON videos, guys. Kupaling supporting. Just support me on TikTok more especially. Just support me, guys. Just watch share the videos, do all of the stuff. You know how we go. You're not getting something random. But guys, I will then see you guys. I'm going to see, look out for the announcement on my statuses. We're going to watch the opening of AFCON. So just look out for the times and everything, and then we'll go from there. But thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys then tomorrow when we watch the openings.